Hey, it's your boy CNanthation7. Today I'm back with another video. Today I'm here with a Pixar theory. I don't know why I just said it like that. Anyway, recently I've been watching Seamus Gorman and Super Colin Brothers, and I have become obsessed with Pixar theories and fan theories, stuff like that on the Pixar movies. I'm not really a big fan of like the Hogwarts theories and all that, because I'm not as big a fan as I am as a Pixar fan. I love the Toy Story franchise. That's my favourite Pixar movies. I love Monsters Inc. I'd say it's up there with some of my favourites. Just naming some of my favourites first before we get started. Yeah, Toy Story is definitely my favourite. Monsters Inc. And what else? There's so many to choose from. Oh my god. Yeah, forget it. I love Toy Story. Let's just go with that. Anyway, I'm here with a Pixar theory of my own, and that is, how does Buzz Lightyear fly at the end of Toy Story 1? And I've been thinking about this now for like a week. I've been so annoyed at myself because I've watched the film. It must be over 100 times. I've been watching it since I was like 5 years old, 4 years old. I've been obsessed with Toy Story my whole life. And how does Buzz Lightyear fly at the end of Toy Story 1? Because we see Andy get the toy, and then there's that whole scene where he goes to Sid's house and they get trapped in there, and he climbs on the banister thing on the stairs, and he jumps off because Woody's told him that he can't fly, and in the adverts he can't fly. He sees that he's a toy, so he says to himself in his head, you know, I've got to prove that I'm a space ranger. I'm not a toy. I've got to prove that I can fly. And he jumps off the rail and he falls, and that's when he breaks his arm. And yeah, he knows that he can't fly. But then at the end of the film, they're escaping to get back into Andy's car so that they can move with him to his new house, and he flies. He flies when they eject the rocket with the wings. The rocket goes up, explodes, he comes down like this, and then he starts flying with Woody. And I'm like, how can he suddenly fly? Well, I've got I've got a few suggestions. Now here's number one. Number one, they fly into the air, pop out the wings, come down, and it could just be the wind. Because of how light toys are, the wind would obviously carry the toys. Now there's only one problem with this. As they're flying, if you look down, you see like no movement of trees or anything, like nothing's blowing. And it's so annoying. And I know it's not the wind, I just can sense it in my head. They are not flipping floating. I mean, if a toy went up in the air, right? If a toy went up in the air, say, look, I got this ages ago, so just look at this. Look, it's just a Kit Kat bush, yeah? But say if this was in the air, and there was like a bunch of wind, that would still not hold this up to be able to go like that. Even if it had like pop-out wings, it wouldn't be able to go like this and fly through the air. It just wouldn't. So that's just a load of crap. The wind is not carrying them. Buzz Lightyear is definitely flying. Now, I have two other things that Buzz Lightyear could do to potentially fly at the end of the movie. Now, it's definitely flying. He's not falling with style, and he is definitely not being carried by the wind. So here's theory number one. Buzz Lightyear and Woody end up in Sid's house. They're in his room, and at one point, his arm obviously breaks off, and then you see the other toys fix his arm. Woody does not see the process, he just sees him after with his arm back on. Maybe, let's travel future in time. Toy Story 3, as a matter of fact, Buzz Lightyear gets the back of him screwed off by like, that, I can't remember what the toy's called, but the thing with the screw on it. And Lotso and Ken and all that are watching round, and they switch him from play to demo, which switches the whole of Buzz Lightyear's head. He doesn't remember Woody. He doesn't remember any of the toys that are around him, like Woody, Ham, Slinky, Rex. He doesn't remember anyone. So, my theory is, they could have quickly removed that in number one, either switched him from play to demo, or they could have put their finger in the little hole that Rex does in number three, and it switched him to like be able to, I don't know, fly, or it switched him to like thinking he can fly. And you know that saying where come on, be positive, think and you can do it, thinking you can do it. Or maybe Buzz Lightyear has been switched with the hole, putting the finger in the hole. I know that sounds a bit weird. It sounded better in my head. Finger in the finger in the hole. Get a grip. Finger in the hole. And he imagines and says to himself, I can do this, I can fly, and he flies at the end, but he still remembers who he is. That was theory number one. Theory number two is what we're still on the putting him back together. When they're putting his arm back on, they put something, because obviously there's going to be a hole where his arm was, so they put something inside him because they think it's going to help the arm stay in, and then they put the arm back on. But realistically, when Buzz pressed the button for his wings to pop out, it propels him and it helps him stay like level in the sky to be able to fly. Maybe that happens, who knows? But this has been bugging me so much. This is my first theory. I hope someone sees it, man. I hope James Gorman. I keep calling him Gordon. I am so gassed. No, literally though. How does Buzz fly? I want someone to tell me. Because he can't fly. He's a toy. He's a toy. T-O-Y. Toy. You are not a space ranger. You're a toy. Buzz, look. A spaceship. Yeah, I'm getting carried away here. But someone, I hope to God someone sees this. I looked on YouTube earlier to see if someone had put out a theory for Buzz Lightyear being in. I can't stop laughing. Seriously though, how does Buzz Lightyear fly? This is making me cry, man. Oh, Buzz Lightyear cannot fly. He's a toy, but he is flying. So how does he fly? Just someone, if someone sees this and they do theories, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I've been Anthony, or Seen Nation 7. Until next